Hi everybody, and welcome to this video on cognitive theory of multimedia learning and cognitive-affective-social theory of learning in digital environments. My name is Elizabeth Jones, and by the end of this video, you will be able to distinguish and apply core components of Ctml and Castle. Moreno and Meyer's cognitive theory of multimedia learning, or Ctml, bases its premise on the idea that there are two ways to learn, hearing and seeing. Ctml says that people can learn more when providing information in both words and pictures than in words alone. They claim that both senses are needed to help process data into the working memory. Ctml is rooted in three ideas or assumptions, and those are dual channel, limited capacity, and active processing. Meyer explains that dual channel means we get information both from what we see and what we hear. Now keep in mind that words can come to us in different ways. For example, we hear spoken words and read written text. We use sensory memory when we take in knowledge through our eyes and ears. And we have to process the chosen words and pictures, which then proceed into our working memory. That processed information takes us to the second assumption of Ctml, which is limited capacity. Limited capacity refers directly to our limited working memory, which can only hold on to information for about 20 seconds. And this means that our brains need to organize the words and images that we receive quickly so we can move on to the third assumption, which is active processing. During active processing, learners need to be active thinkers and combine new information they're getting from their working memory with things that they already know. And this is where schemas come into play. According to De Jong, schemas are thought structures that organize knowledge and help learners process and understand new information more efficiently and effectively. And once the new information and prior knowledge are integrated, it becomes a part of our long-term memory. The main message of Ctml for instructional designers is that they should recognize the importance of utilizing auditory and visual methods in tandem when organizing courses so that they maximize thought processes, organization, and memory retention. It's also significant to remember that Ctml strictly focuses on learning through sight and sound. According to Schrader, Ctml has nothing to do with the learner's drive or any of the other senses, and it does not consider social cues. Those are things that Castle addresses. Castle fills in many of the gaps left by Ctml. The most essential parts of Castle and how it works are the same as those of Ctml. They both have the sensory memory, the working memory, and the long-term memory, as well as selecting, organizing, and integrating information. However, Castle is more comprehensive than Ctml because it considers social cues and more senses such as touch, taste, and smell. Castle focuses on all the senses: sight, hearing, tactile, olfactory, and taste. Additionally, it says that social cues in digital materials trigger social schemata in learners, which makes it easier for us to understand how to behave in different social situations. Castle makes specific predictions about how social cues connect with things in our long-term memory and how that information is processed in the working memory. And by looking at these key components and how they work together, Castle allows us to understand and improve how people learn in digital settings. Schrader states that the most important thing to remember is that social cues in the learning setting can affect how we learn and how actively we learn. Castle shows how important it is for instructional designers to think about the cognitive, emotional, and social parts of learning in digital environments, and to use technology and contextual information to help learners get the most out of their learning experiences. That concludes this video on cognitive theory of multimedia learning and cognitive-affective-social theory of learning in digital environments. If you have any questions at all, please contact me at jones.1553@wright.edu. Thank you for joining me. Take care.